I was wondering if I could talk to you guys about like Jehovah's Witnesses and things like that.
We have a media that does that. If you go on jw.org specifically for that purpose.
That's okay. I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm one of like the biggest apostates in the world, and just see what you guys thought about it or whatever. Talk.
No, we don't want to be on media.
Okay. Tattoo. Yeah, let's check it out. I have a 666 tattoo. After I left, I got it. I thought that was kind of cool. But... Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Hey, guys. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and am no longer. I'm actually one of the biggest apostate activists in the world. I was wondering what you guys think of the work I'm doing and stuff. Don't want to talk about it? Okay. Yeah, check it out. I got this tattoo after I left. It's 666. Mark of the beast. Thanks, guys.
My friend here is actually one of the biggest like apostate or ex-Jehovah's Witness activists out there. And,
You want to talk to him?
So
you can address your comments to him.
Okay.
Right here, he's on the bench. Just right there. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
And she told us to talk to the other guy, who was an elder. So we walk over to him, and we had an interesting conversation with him.
Did you mention the word apostate?
Apostate.
We typically don't discuss religion with apostates, so we would prefer you not film us. That would be okay.
Would you be willing to talk about anything? Is it just religion you don't talk about, or?
I heard you mention the word apostate.
Yeah.
That is a word that we're very cautious of. We typically do not discuss the Bible if someone
That's cool.
claims to be an ex-witness that is an apostate.
Sure.
We don't mind helping ones return to Jehovah. We have a publication that is there to help someone return.
Right.
And,
Do you? Can I have one?
Are you disfellowship?
Yes.
Okay. We'll
I
give
am.
you one. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. So you have zero intention of returning. Okay. Well, I won't be giving this to you if you have zero intention of returning. But you have a family. Your family, maybe they're in the truth. They would yearn for you to return. She would love for you to return.
What
that
if,
takes humility on your part
Right.
to accept the arrangement.
What if we could show that we can bring more people back to the truth if we talk to them and don't shun? Would it still be desirable to shun?
Yeah. Why? Because that's the arrangement. We're trying to honor the arrangement. We view being a part of the congregation as a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege. And we welcome anyone, but if someone's in fellowship, they can attend our meetings.
Yeah.
You're not banned from our meetings.
Right.
You know.
Which verse is it? I forget. That talks about disfellowshipping or not even dining with a man. Is that in Matthew?
1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians. Did you read the second letter to the Corinthians?
He came back.
Where he came back and said, "Don't cause undue sorrow."
Yes. Yeah, and I'm sure.
How do you justify it?
And I'm sure that when you come back to Jehovah, your mother, your friends, your family will absolutely welcome and embrace
the
you.
Second Corinthians letter says, "Don't cause undue sorrow."
In other words, when he's back, don't make him feel bad for being
So
gone.
you do want to cause undue sorrow until they come back.
We are honoring the arrangement until they come back, and then when they come back,
So you do want to cause undue sorrow until they come back.
we don't use that term, undue
The
sorrow.
Bible uses that term.
I'm an elder in the congregation, and in talking to you, you use the term. I'm being very guarded,
Sure.
but I'm willing to help you realize that if you want to come back to Jehovah, you can. You just have to go through the steps.
Right.
One, stop being an activist, campaigning or hurting.
Yeah.
And number two, humility. Come recognize, sit in the congregation and realize the privilege to be in the congregation, to have truth, and then make arrangements with the elders to help you.
Let's say that I don't have any issue with the teachings. Say I still believe all of it. I just am not a huge fan of how the governing body does things or whatever else, and that's what I'm campaigning against, quote unquote. With that, maybe I feel like they're out of line with Jehovah's arrangement. Maybe maybe they've lost his favor.
That's where you have to be very careful, because now you're speaking out against an arrangement maybe you're not fully familiar with, as far as they're being anointed and they're being used by Jehovah.
There are some issues that people talk about.
Well, that's what I won't discuss those with you. I will not have someone
Okay.
give me a negative view
Okay.
of the governing body.
So I'm
because
not gonna throw the
absolute-
negatives out there. I'm sure you probably heard them anyway. Not gonna bother.
No, I won't discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the Mormon Church has had a few issues with this thing and that thing. I'm sure you've heard.
I have
about
talked to
plenty of
Mormons
that.
before, yeah.
If they were, and they have been told not to talk to people who disagree with them because the organization, the Mormon Church, doesn't want people hearing outside information about what the Mormon Church is doing. How can those people, the Mormons, determine or figure out if it's doing something that's not good without asking questions?
I can't speak for them. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah. And I won't discuss the faithful slave.
There are a lot of ways in which your personality is kind of built up in a very specific way to, right? I mean, they try to get you to be the way that they see Jehovah would want you to be.
Yeah, the Christian personality, the new personality
Yeah.
is called. Yeah.
Yeah. And that sticks in you for life, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think. I really, to this day, do not like confrontation or being in people's faces or yelling or anything.
Would there be any possible way or like method of reasoning or line of evidence that could ever convince you that basically being a part of the Watchtower Society or being a Jehovah's Witness is not the way to go, is not the right thing?
I won't hear that. No, will not discuss it. Because I know the ring of truth. The fundamental major differences between false religion and Bible truth. Very clear. And those are clear to me. And we will not entertain reasons why Watchtower, reasons why Jehovah's Witnesses are not true. We won't entertain that.
Like if I said I'll never entertain or discuss anything that goes against what I believe, would it be possible to convince me that Jehovah's Witnesses, like I should join?
That's opening your Bible and seeing what the Bible really says. That's our message. It's not criticizing one's faith. We simply open the Bible. What does the Bible really say? It's very clear on the Godhead, on the immortal soul, God's purpose, the kingdom,
Trinity, hell.
all those things. Yeah, and this gentleman knows.
I do.
So does that mean that if I presented a different narrative or a different like set of ideas or biblical interpretation than like what you believe, that means that it's not negative and it's not going against what? Like
No. As long as what you're having to say doesn't criticize our faith. We don't criticize.
I'm glad that we spoke to us.
Yeah, come back to Jehovah.
Thank you for speaking.
If you don't hurt or try to attack or try to be vengeful,
I don't hate anybody, especially not Jehovah.
and don't use the word apostate. That's not a good word.
I am an apostate.
Well, then we should probably end our discussion then.
I do care about Jehovah's Witnesses a great deal.
They can come back. It's hard. They can come back.
I care about Jehovah's Witnesses, not the Watchtower Society. But I'm glad that you spoke to me. So
Okay.
Thank you for speaking.
Have a good day,
Thank you very much.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right.
Okay. See ya.
To the friends I haven't spoke to in years, to the parents that shun me because I'm no longer one of you, to the governing body that's covering up child sex abuse,
We're asking you to
this goes out to
please
you. Thank you, brother. Now, I invite all of you not to take my word for it. Please
ask
go
you
to
to please leave.
jwfacts.com.
We ask you please to leave, sir.
Parents, please stop shunning your
Sir,
children.
we're asking you to leave. Your invitation has been revoked, and you don't know anything about this. We
I
ask you to
do.
leave.
I was a Jehovah's Witness the first
Well, if you're
20
not
years of my
now,
life.
then we're asking you to leave.
Please do not touch me,
Yeah,
sir.
please
Your elder's
leave.
letter says not to touch
Please
me.
leave.
Please
Yeah,
give me an
you've been
avenue
a-
to do so.
You can go right that way.
Sure.
There's a
Now, if you Google the Australian Royal Commission,
If you want an audience, get your own Kingdom Hall.
that there was
Let him out.
over 2,000 pedophiles found that because of the two witness rule, Jehovah's Witnesses are not reporting to the authorities. It's not. You said pedophilia is okay. Please do your research, young people. I was sitting where you sit today. I got out.
Women and children. I was molested as a child by two men in the congregation.
Is this a prank?
The elders did not call the police on these men.
Invitation has been revoked.
There is a way out.
Please leave.
The world is not evil.
They didn't ask the men. to
Please
question.
leave. If you want an audience, invite them to your spot. Let's go.
These men did
You
not.
can
the
go ahead and
police
go. Please
were not
leave.
called on the men that
Where there's
molested
police
me.
outside,
The
speak to
elders
them.
asked me,
Please leave.
what was I wearing as a child? What did I do
Please,
to
your
provoke
invitation's been
these
invoked.
men
Please
to
leave.
molest me?
Please leave.
The elders do not call the police for pedophilia. Please do your research.
We hear you. We hear you.
This is a cult. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll be
Get out while you
misled.
can. You guys have a good night. You, sir.
Please seek the truth.
Have a great night. You guys be safe.
You too.
What's that?
What's that? What's happening? What's happening?
He's trying to interrupt the meeting.
What's happening?
He's apostate or not in his right mind. It's okay. This happens. Would you like to have a seat?
Well, I came to visit somebody. Veronica invited me.
Sometimes it happens. And we just have to hold it together.
Witnesses in the Royal Australian Commission. You have pedophiles in your midst. They're raping your women and your children. And the government
Jesus would listen to people. Jesus would listen to people who were molested. Everybody here has a member of their family that's just. Fellowship. You guys destroy families. I've been in this religion since 1970. I'm a Jehovah's Witness elder, and all my family won't talk to me because I reported the pedophiles to the police. God bless you. Stand up. In America, we need to stand up. These men cannot hold our families hostage.
Please, come outside and talk to us, please.
No, you're lying. Everything is done behind closed doors. Lay the matter bare before the congregation. Good. Why don't you call the cops on the pedophiles?
Shut the door. Shut the door. Okay, we're gonna call.
I love you.
Hey, do you have the phone? Do you have the phone?
Why don't you call the cops on the pedophiles?
We're gonna call the cops. Right now.
Good. We'll tell the cops that you guys are hiding pedophile reports. Yes, you are. I'm an elder of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I called.
You are doing this?
Yes, because I called because there was pedophiles in my congregation, and you guys did not report them to the police.
Well, we're gonna call the cops right now because
Good. Call the police.
If there's a matter.
You're lying through your teeth. They're in the elder room, and you know it. You know it. And you're dividing families. In my congregation. Okay, I'm leaving. But in my congregation,
We would ask you to leave.
I'm leaving. In my congregation, you disfellowshipped a 16-year-old girl as you ruined her life. They're going to disfellowship your children. They're going to disfellowship your children. Your children are going to be disfellowshipped.